The Venice Biennale is on for 3 more weeks. So it's time for us to present another of our favorites from the show, art by Pakistan's伊姆兰Kureishi.
Art can be very beautiful and at the same time very gory. For example, in the work of伊姆兰Kureishi of Pakistan, a rising star on the art scene, now on exhibit at the Venice Art Biennale. Here he's showing mostly miniatures, drawing on his cultural roots. Miniature painting was cultivated on a high level for centuries in what is now Pakistan. It was a precise and detail-rich genre that even secret services used to transmit information. Miniature painting did not decline until the advent of photography.伊姆兰Kureishi also currently has a solo exhibition at the Macro Museum in Rome, showing his revival and further development of miniature painting.
I generally divide my art practices into 3 major groups. Number 1, which is like traditionally painted miniature paintings, which is more like a figurative work, and then I explored that traditional technique and break the boundaries of it, and a lot of work with abstraction on paper and on other surfaces as well. And then there is a site-specific installation, and in my site-specific work I always try to create a dialogue between the architecture of the space as well as my own painted imagery or my own vocabulary. I always try to create a dialogue between the idea of life and destruction of life.
In Pakistan,伊姆兰Kureishi and students from Lahore's Art College set up this installation titled, "And They Still Seek the Traces of Blood." A mountain of crumpled paper soaked in red paint. But a closer look reveals that the conceptual bloodbath is a sea of filigree blossoms.伊姆兰Kureishi always demands a second glance. But the theme he's dealing with is immediately clear: the political violence that continually rocks Pakistan.
I'm going to give another layer of red paint on the top of it as well.
Oh, really?
Just to bring another kind of depth.
Yeah.
And some kind of one more layer.
The students and their children work all night long to build up this mountain. At the opening in the evening, visitors wade knee-deep through Kureishi's work of art. Is it a provocation? It certainly is an allegory of the balancing act between terror and everyday life that everyone in Pakistan must master. Kureishi captures the current mood of the country precisely. In the West, Pakistan is often perceived solely as a strictly religious and bitterly poor developing country. That's true enough, but it's not the whole story. The country's art scene shows us clearly what Pakistan has to offer.伊姆兰Kureishi is one of its most important contemporary artists. He shares a studio in Lahore with his wife Aisha Khalid, who is also a successful painter. The works they create here are political.
It's about Pakistani politics or the violence which is happening every day over here. But I think it's more than that. It's about anybody's surrounding, which could be you, me. I think everyone can relate with this piece. Don't you think so? It's not only about Pakistan.
The first time Kureishi created a sensation with this installation was at the Sharjah Biennial in the United Arab Emirates, where he created an ornamental sea of flowers out of a pool of blood. He recently created a similar work on the roof garden of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York.
It was about a suicide attack in my neighborhood, which is in cantonment. And there was a suicide attack and a lot of people died, and my work immediately changes because of that. Because I realized that the landscape was immediately transformed from a full of life place into a bloody landscape. And that was so horrible to see that on TV, because we used to go there a lot and we had a very nostalgic, connection with that.
Despite such violence, Imran Qureshi doesn't want to leave Pakistan. His pictures are emissaries from a society little known to us in the West. Deutsche Bank has chosen Qureshi as Artist of the Year 2013 and devoted a major solo exhibition to him, first in Berlin and now in Rome. Qureshi has found a visual language anyone can understand.
That's all from Arts 21 this week. For more, visit us online at dw.de/culture.